know, if you're going to break into a old, abandoned, dilapidated power station, maybe you should park your car in front of the front door.
Nah, it's fine. Nobody's here. It's old and abandoned and dilapidated and out of use.
Out of use was the descriptor I couldn't remember that you said. Is there gonna be like a token no trespassing sign somewhere?
You know what? I'm not sure. Oh, doors don't work. Guess we can't do this. Oh well. Sorry, origami killer.
No. Come on, you can climb over that fence. Doesn't even look like there's any barbed wire on the top of it.
Oh! Look at the electricity! In this old, abandoned, out-of-use factory.
In the rain.
In the rain. And look at this wonderful barbed wire hole.
Ah!
Okay. You saw what just happened there?
Cut himself on some barbed wire?
Yeah, and it's taking a real long time to focus on the blood that he left behind.
Yeah.
Now, you would think, I would think at least, that this would mean that the police will eventually come this way through some clue and find the DNA and be able to track him, right?
Yes.
Never fucking comes up again.
A butterfly on the door. That's where I need to get to.
That whole thing was pointless.
Electrical condensers. Going by the sound of them, they're still active. This is the old Pico power station. I thought it was abandoned. It might be a trap.
You never thought to
I'd
stop
better be
by a
careful.
hardware store and
Now
pick
where am I
up some
supposed
bolt
to go?
cutters?
There must be a clue
Ethan
or
doesn't
something.
think of a lot of things.
It's a very pretty butterfly, though.
Yeah.
Or possibly, I'm going into a power station with someone who's obviously crazy. Maybe I should pick up some, you know, electrical protection gear.
Yeah. And bolt cutters really would have been a good idea for anything you're doing, really. So what we have here is a box of matches.
And a...
Tunnel? Maintenance shaft? I don't know what the hell this thing is.
Okay, now remember, Ethan, be smart and prop the door.
I don't think he... I'm not really sure if you can do that in here, actually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's be fair. If you were going to climb into a dark tunnel in an abandoned power station, would you have propped the door?
I would have found a way to do it, and if I couldn't, yeah, I'm just turning around and leaving. I'm not all that attached to my son.
You don't have a son, you have a cat.
Oh my god, if they stole my cat! Somebody would die!
I think you
Forget
need
this
to
trials nonsense, somebody is going to die.
Whoa!
Okay, so, here's the rub. You have to go through this weird dark tunnel with just the light of the matches,
broken glass.
and there's broken
Sharp
glass.
as a razor. Impossible to go back.
Now,
I'm gonna have to crawl through it
with
slowly
what
so I don't
Ethan
tear up
has
my
brought
arms.
with him, what would you do?
I would take off my coat and use it to, like, push the glass out of the way.
Thank you! Like I said, the origami killer basically targets really stupid parents.
I mean, additionally, I'd probably have my bolt cutters with me.
And additionally, you would have propped open that door and...
I could have
The match
crawled
flame.
back.
It indicates
Yeah.
where the fresh air comes from.
But
All I
even
have to do
with
is
what we're
follow the
working
wind.
with, Ethan, just... You're wearing a heavy leather jacket!
I mean, let's be fair, I also probably would have a flashlight in my pocket.
Yeah, that's smart too.
A dead end. I'm gonna die in here if I don't find a way out soon.
Soon? What? You just gave up real quick, didn't you?
I know. The zoom in on the blood and the barbed wire was representative of this dungeon, which is slow blood loss.
Maybe. I was hoping you'd get artsier about it, but yeah, maybe. So, when you're actually playing this, you have the option of just shoving the control stick all the way forward, but if you do that, he goes too fast and starts hurting himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it really immerses you in the moment when you have to gently nudge the stick forward and then just wait for him to get where you want him to go. You know? Yeah, like that. See? That's what happens when you, get overzealous. And you might notice, I'm not really sure if you can see it in the video quality, but the edges of the screen get kind of blurry and bloodshot when he takes damage.
Oh! No, I can't notice that.
It didn't, happen too much. It was... Yeah, it wasn't much. But, this would suggest that it is entirely possible to injure Ethan so badly that he just cannot finish the trial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's actually possible. I know that you can't kill him. Like, for some reason they have all this build-up, and I think if you do manage to hurt him enough, he just leaves. Somehow, even though he's locked in here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, he propped the door!
Maybe he did. He put a little marker in the, door lock. No, it looks like it's closed, but it's not.
You have no indication that someone is walking you. Why don't you go, say, oh look, this trial appears to be terrible. Let me go back, pick up, like, a dust sweep and a flashlight, and come back.
Yeah, there's nothing preventing him from, taking additional precautions right now. Well, I mean, right now, yeah, the door closed, but... You know, going into this, absolutely nothing.
Rats. Charming. If they got in, then maybe I can get out.
So, you can use the match to point
The match
you in the
flame
correct direction.
indicates where the fresh air comes from.
Thank you, Ethan.
All I have to do
that's,
is follow
exactly
the
what
wind.
I was going to say. And it's pretty easy to do this, but if you examine one of these dead ends here, and I'm pretty sure that it's the last dead end I found, which, you know, really convenient, you will find a body.
Oh!
And there he is.
Looks like I'm not the first to come this way. And this guy never found the way out.
Now, I'm gonna guess, I think this is a reasonably educated assumption, that that was one of the other fathers that came through here and, you know, died in this shaft. I'm just gonna put that out there. Just remember that. There's definitely another dad, and he definitely died in here, and that definitely sucks.
I don't know, I'm sure we're not going to, like, call the police saying, hey, I went spelunking in this abandoned power station. Guess what? I found a dead body in the wall.
Yeah, that might prompt some interesting investigations.
Someone might be looking...
And you know what?
Or...
They might
What?
they might find a guy and, I don't know, identify the body and realize, hey, there may be some connection to the origami killer in here. Nah. I mean, this dude just went missing, like, God knows how long ago. Right after his kid did. You think there's a connection? Anyway, this is what I really love out of my video games. Just sitting here, pushing a button. waiting.
Yeah, you know, it really seems horrific. Cutting edge stuff here.
You know, it's frustrating because you actually could make this really gripping. Like the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, you have to make Snake go through this microwave tunnel, and you're basically just going forward and mashing a button to do it. But it's, it works. Like, they have different scenes intercut of what's going on outside, and it gets progressively harder the more you have to mash the button. And it's possible to,
Whatever,
get
I don't really have a choice.
Health all the way down
There's no
to
other way
0
out.
and still keep going, like, as an
Don't even know
expression
where
of
it
his
leads.
determination.
Could lead to hell for all I know.
It's
Keep
actually
it
a really
together,
effective
Ethan. Come
scene,
on.
and then this is literally just
Your origami figure was in the form
tilting
of a butterfly.
the analog stick a
So,
little bit forward.
am I looking for a butterfly? To jump or
And
not
waiting.
to jump? Fuck that.
Thank you, Ethan.
Right.
Well,
I guess I don't really have any choice.
Well,
you know what? If you had a flashlight, you could point it down the hole. If you had bothered trying to get a map of the power station, you could have seen where it was going. If you were wearing leather pants, your legs wouldn't have been torn up so bad.
if only he'd come in here with leather pants.
If you had some rope, this wouldn't be this bad.
In all fairness, you wouldn't be able to, like, go back from that point. Like, you could go through the glass tunnel again, but the door's shut on the other side, and I don't think you have enough leverage from over here to open it.
No, I mean, you could have descended this in a... If you were stupid enough to do this, you could have descended this tunnel in a sane and reasonable manner.
Well, as we've already established, he was stupid enough to do this. But, I mean, it's not like he could go back and get some rope to help. So, I guess nobody's noticed that this abandoned power plant is generating electricity? Using resources to do so? Nobody?
I didn't come this far to give up now. I've got to go all the way if I want to save Sean.
Broken ribs.
So, I repeat, electrical protection gear.
Yeah.
Also, bolt cutters.
Over here is a door that says coward on it, which will let you leave this, section if you decide that, no, I really don't want to do this. This kind of sucks. And this kind of sucks.
Oh. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, all those awesome multi-finger contortions that you have to do. I mean, the first one is easy enough, but I'm not sure if it's that they get harder the further you go in, or if you start, inadvertently damaging yourself. Yeah, it's the further you go in. Okay, that's great. This is the puzzle, making air quotes there, that basically requires you to start using your nose.
You know, I'd really like it if this was where you found the dead body, and you could just use it as a meat shield for some of the wires.
Oh, that would be amazing! Also gross, but still kind of amazing. Yeah, okay, there's 5 buttons being pressed right there.
I mean, additionally, you couldn't, like, spend 10 minutes double looking around and just making sure there wasn't an emergency shut-off switch?
No, you couldn't. Oh, the really, really great part of this, room, which you can see when it does the overhead view and you get to choose your path, is that you can't change the camera angle. So in certain little sections here, you have no idea what direction you're actually trying to go in. like the five-fingered input from back there was for an area that you can't get through. It's filled with electricity, but it still forced you to the entire QTE, which you have no reason to actually be able to see. So I'm just really appreciative that the game gave you that wonderful opportunity to screw yourself over because of its camera. Thanks.
Thanks, game.
And dive! Oh yeah, dodge roll. 2 broken ribs.
I must have lost a lot of blood. I could hardly stand up.
Just a nice reminder, your son is still drowning. And you earned 3 letters from that.
Well, we're going to take those extra 3 letters and push them into a hangman solver, right? Because we're pretty sure it's street address. And we might as well start trying to match letters
Well,
rather than doing...
Yeah. The frustrating thing is that by now you can tell what the entire bottom row of the street address is.
What was it? I couldn't actually read the letters.
Well, if you could actually see the letters, you'd be able to tell.
What was it?
It's Roosevelt.
Oh.
Like, it has the R and then the Velt.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if it's boulevard or street or circle or whatever, but it's a Roosevelt something.
Seems like you might want to be contacting a family friend and being like, hey, can you just drive around checking every Roosevelt that has a 52
Oh my god.
in it? Like this chick!
Like this chick. Yeah, Madison, could you maybe, I don't know, be useful?
No, Madison, why don't you just call the
Yeah, really,
EMT?
he can't protest anymore because he's unconscious, and you really shouldn't be moving him around. You don't know what injuries he's sustained. Yeah, okay, that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, just call the EMT. You can refuse a ride in an ambulance, but you'll still probably get better medical care than you can do.
Yep.
And they'll probably say things like, no, you shouldn't move him, he might have a spinal injury, also broken ribs.
Ethan.
Well, if he managed to stagger his
Ethan,
way all the way up
can you
here,
hear me?
I doubt it's a spinal injury, but still, you don't know what else is wrong with him internally. You might have just, like, punctured something.
Yeah.
You've got a hell of a fever.
Oh, good, those fever pills will finally come in handy.
I felt off for a second his head was bleeding when she touched it, and then I realized it was just her.
I'm gonna have to get your clothes off to disinfect those wounds.
Do this like an EMT. Don't have a undressing sequence, just get a pair of scissors and cut them off.
Yeah. Yes, actually, do that. How did he not sustain any damage to his torso through all of this?
Arms look really bad. I need to disinfect your wounds.
Do you...
I'm
Okay, I'm contorting my arm in such a way that I would get those injuries, and I'm not sure why you would pull yourself along like that.
yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the opposite of how he was pulling himself along. Okay.
Now, you're gonna get some tweezers, right? Because what you're going to end up doing is rubbing that little cloth thing like you did before, and you're just going to grind more glass.
Well, he just got cut up. I mean,
I'm a doctor,
glass
but
doesn't,
I'll do
like,
what I can.
dig its way into the skin and become really difficult and painful to remove or anything. I mean, come on, really.
Oh, you're making him dry swallow the pills, too?
Yep. Well, look,
Also,
at least we've already
why
established that Madison is not a doctor.
Why do we have this random woman just, like, tenderly tending his wound? Oh, this sequence annoys me so much.
Yeah, I wouldn't have nearly as much of a problem with this idiocy if maybe they'd established this character more. Okay, actually I might as well just go into this now. This entire thing would work so much better if it was his ex-wife. Like, don't just have this random reporter lady show up. Just, he contacted his wife. She's been waiting for him in case something
Your wounds
goes
are
wrong.
disinfected.
That's why she's...
Dab!
That's why she'd be ready with all this stuff. That's why she'd care. That's why she'd be in the apartment.
Motel.
Whatever. This room. That's why she'd be waiting for him.
Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm using anti-burn ointments on your cuts.
And you thought you disinfected it by dabbing it gently with the cloth thing.
Yeah.
You moron. Kids, don't do this.
Yeah.
At least have, like, a tweezer scene where she's like, oh my gosh, there's glass in here. And, like, where you have to meticulously tweeze out slivers of glass.
Oh god, don't do that. Do you know how boring that would be?
I know, but at least it would be accurate.
He's unconscious. Now I'll just have to wait.
You know, if the
I
rest
hope
of
he
this
wakes
didn't
up.
take so much meticulous detail, you could just say use tweezers, and then it would have a little, you know, cutaway where she'd be doing it off screen, and then you come back, and like, okay, I think I've gotten most of the glass out.
I mean, well, the disinfecting thing was literally, I'm going to disinfect this 1-inch square on your arm. You could just tweeze out one sliver of glass and then say, okay, I've taken out, removed all the glass. At least it would have been better medical care than this.
Well, it's okay, because Ethan's probably superhuman. I mean, he was doing all that jumping and action, even though he may have 2 broken ribs.
Yeah, but you're right. If this was the ex-wife, it would be a lot... Oh, look,
How do you
you're
feel?
doing all of this to save our son.
Right.
Like you didn't do for our last son.
Yeah, you bastard, getting run
I've
over
been
by a
better.
car.
Was I out for long?
But, I mean,
About
they
3
established
hours.
the ex-wife. They had her in the police station. I don't see why they just let her go to waste
Why
like that.
the guardian angel act? You don't even
He doesn't
me.
know why she's doing this. When your game has no idea
You didn't
why
really
it's
leave me
doing what
any
it's
choice.
doing, there might be
I
a
couldn't just
problem.
leave you like that.
You could have just called the paramedics and left. You could have alerted hotel management that there was an extremely dead-looking guy
You
lying
No, you're
around,
not.
We're here
fluttering up the
because-
walkways.
No, you really shouldn't
You're an
alert
insomniac?
management.
Well, yes, but it's what you could have
Right.
done. There were choices.
Yes.
I've been going through a bit of a tough patch the last few months.
Wait, what?
It's the kind of stuff you prefer to forget. I do what I can to live with it, but it's not easy.
Being green. So again, Ethan, you're just gonna wear that same shirt.
That's the second
So-
time I found you in a bad way.
It's getting kind of grody by now.
You always seem to be running for your life.
What with your injuries and stuff, I mean,
What's happening, Ethan?
okay.
You mixed up with the mafia? Owe someone money? Something like that?
He's not gonna respond to you, just leave. Oh,
Listen, I'm truly grateful for your help, but for your own sake, I think it's better if you don't ask any questions.
That's not mysterious.
I am pretty sure
Maybe
that
I can
whatever
help
someone
you.
says
I-
about
No
what
one
they
can
in
help
fact
me.
mean is you are in a situation and
You've
what
already
you need
done
is
a
a
lot,
sane person to
Madison.
tell you to get out of this situation.
Yes.
I'm gonna go. Take care.
As you have been doing so well previously.
Well, that was a stupid scene.
At least it's trying to establish that he's getting care between these, horrible, painful moments.
Must stay on my feet.
Yeah. And he faceplants in the sink. Oh. Well, that was close enough.
Yeah.
I'm coming, Sean. I'll find you wherever you are.
He says as he holds his kidney in.
I need to get going. I've already lost too much time. I don't want that girl to get involved. No one must know, until I find my son.
Then I'll tell the police about all the crimes I've committed. Wait.
Then I'll tell the police how I didn't tell them about any of the leads I had to find my son.
I am good dad.